Hello everyone, welcome to your favorite and darling program, The Voice of Eve. Today we have the pleasure of dealing with a very critical subject, very hot indeed, and that is sexual immorality. The dangers for everybody, especially for women. Stay tuned, we'll soon be back. Sex, sex was created as man was created. And there was a purpose attached to it. Or there were purposes attached to it. Yes, pleasure is attached to it, but above pleasure, there is a responsibility attached to it to produce mankind. So, can we, in all honesty, all of us today in our world, find much of morality in what is being done about sex all over the world? In fact, it will be unfashionable for anybody to start talking about morality with sex today because sex is ruling the world. Sex has turned the world upside down. But what are the dangers? Please join us today as we explore this very critical subject. I am Dr. Violet Arene. Welcome back. Are you just joining us for the first time today? Well, sit back. You have a good treat. We are dealing with the subject of sexual immorality, the dangers for everybody, and especially for women. We have in the house today someone who is in a position to let us know the dangers for everybody and for women. Please join me to welcome Victor Bisola, a preacher, an author, a social commentator, you name it. You're very welcome, young man.
Thank you.
You're young. You're in a position to tell us about sex. First of all, what do you think about sex?
Sex is good, but it was created by God to be practiced only in marriage.
Okay, rest it there because I don't want you to jump the gun. You are saying sex is good, but it's created
by God to be practiced safely in marriage.
To be practiced safely in marriage and created by God. But
yes,
isn't it for pleasure?
It's for pleasure when it is carried out within the confines of the home, of the marriage. That's the only safe place you can have sex and you will not have any form of satanic harassment. Wow.
So this is coming very hard.
Yes.
Not many people will take this because sex is like food for many people. And you are saying only in marriage is sex safe.
It's because you don't know. Condom can prevent sexually transmitted disease to an extent, but it cannot prevent sexually transmitted demon.
This is coming hard. So condom has limited power.
No microscope can see a devil.
No microscope can see a devil.
There are so many persons that were sick when we were on campus, and the doctors see that they are okay, but they are dying because they contracted one form of evil disease on the bed of immorality.
On the bed of immorality?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you've traveled too far now. Begin to tell us one by one the dangers of sexual immorality.
Number one, sexual immorality corrupts your creativity. There are many talented young men and women, gifted, but they are not lifted. Talented but stranded. Why? Because they have sacrificed their destiny on the altar of immorality. Sexual immorality reduces your self-worth and jeopardizes your chances of getting a good marriage. Sexual immorality scatters your soul, defragments your life, and introduces the spirit of wandering and instability.
Wandering and instability?
Yes, ma'am. Check any young lady that experiences with sexual immorality. It is impossible without the help of God to have a good marriage. Why? Because if a man can milk a cow for free, he won't pay for that cow.
Go ahead.
Now, sexual immorality opens you up to demonic invasion and to the witchcraft powers of your father's house. The devil cannot do you anything until you offend God.
Oh, wait a minute. So, through sexual immorality, you contact the demons, generational demons in your family.
Of your father's house. Every devil needs a legal ground to operate.
My goodness. So you are saying that sexual immorality gives
is a legal ground for marine spirit, is a legal ground for the marine powers, is a legal ground. See, until you do evil, you can't see the devil.
Oh, well, this is it's coming on so hard. Sexual immorality gives devil a legal ground
to destroy any great destiny,
to perform against your life.
Jesus. Now, untimely death and sudden death is rampant in the life of youths now because they've experimented with what they should not go near. There are many things angels do not try, but many young people have tried it, and it has jeopardized their destiny. The thing is, one of the major weapons of the enemy in this end time is to ensure that sex becomes cheap and free.
Wow. Sex becomes cheap and free.
Once he does that, which he is succeeding very fast, it can turn the society upside down. It can make pornography become cheap. If you go through many phones of young people, you will see all manner of free pornography, and it is corrupting their creativity, reducing their mental alertness. We've seen cases where on social media a young girl can meet a young boy today, sleep with each other today, and forget about each other the same day.
You don't mean that?
Anybody that the devil hates, he will lure you to sleep with a harlot. Any destiny that the devil wants to destroy, he will push you into the hands of a prostitute. Because a prostitute is a mobile altar of the marine kingdom.
Oh my God.
Once you enter, it takes God to come out.
My goodness. I think this is scary. Men are watching.
Many people did not come out. I know many that died on campus. They couldn't come out of it. Why? Because you open yourself up for the devil to deal with you. Many people entered campus, they didn't graduate. They couldn't come out. They impregnated one girl. Okay, there was a particular guy that came to, I schooled in Abraka, I read biochemistry, and one man came to the campus to serve as a youth corper.
Yes.
And unfortunately for him, the powers of his father's house got him and he impregnated one indigene. And he told the indigene, because I was staying in that area, so what do we do? The indigene told the bros, I not see him. What do you lost where you no see? Bros, I beg, not follow me play that play. I not see my period. Oh, you are pregnant. And what do we do? Don't tell me, say make I remove her. Nobody for our papa has not born for copper. As I'm talking to you now, that man is still in Abraka till today.
Wow.
After youth service, he couldn't go now, because once they report you to your copper, whatever, they will seize your discharge certificate until you take care of that girl.
Yes.
The guy is still in Abraka till date. His destiny is tied in that community because
of sexual immorality.
One, and the funny thing is, when you check the girl that these people sleep with, they are not even people they want to marry. Because the truth is, when men really want to marry, they know the difference between girlfriend and wife material.
No, that lost that. I think every girl should hear this. So there's a difference between a girl you want to marry and a girl you just want to
sleep around with.
Hey.
Yes, there's a difference. There's a difference.
So what about girls that get carried away when a man, flatters them?
It's foolishness.
It's foolishness.
High-level acidic stupidity.
Stupidity.
Because you will know, a man that has a future plan for you, you will know. He will be interested about your life, interested about your destiny, interested about your progress. He will be discussing his marital plans and his plans for future for the two of you. When he's talking about the future, you can see yourself in the picture. But when he's just interested about taking you to the fast food and having a fast sex with you and dropping you off, the next day just sex, you would know that this guy has no plan for me. I know young girls that have aborted and one fallopian tube is off.
That is one of the dangers.
Now, who will marry a girl that he rightly knows that one fallopian tube is gone? Even those with two fallopian tubes are having problems. Not talk of somebody with one. Because of abortion. Sexual immorality creates problems that you may never be able to solve.
Oh, wow. Go ahead, please.
See, and the devil does not fight unimportant people with sexual immorality. It is great destinies. He wants to destroy them quickly before they discover who they are.
Thank you. All these destructions take place because the devil, the enemy, has seen the future.
Yes,
he destroys stars, potential stars.
Stars. The Bible says the adulteress will hunt for the precious soul.
You see?
They don't go after useless people. They identify a major threat to their kingdom, and they quickly do all they can to destroy that child before he ever discovers his purpose.
And sex is
a major weapon.
A major weapon.
A major.
For
and
destruction
it's
of a destiny.
Even in church, it's something that we need to sit down, even as parents, as pastors, as religious clerics, to sit down and address. Because if the youths now, one of the disadvantages of sexual immorality is that it makes young people delay marriage.
They delay marriage.
Yes, because they can have sex cheaply.
They can, it's cheap.
What's the essence?
Yes.
A man that can get free subscription will not pay for GoTV.
Huh? Oh, what? A man can get free subscription, will not pay for GoTV.
There's no need.
No need. No for DSTV,
There's
no
no
for
need.
StarTimes.
There's no need.
No need. Because it's free.
It's free. It's even more difficult for women
to get married if they were sexually promiscuous.
It's difficult. I remember, I'll give you this story, Mama. I was on campus and I saw one of my uncles. He drove into the campus. I said, Uncle, so and so, what brought you to campus? He said, I came to see, Mama, listen, I came to see my fiancé. And lo and behold, where is the fiancé? Rose came out. I know Rose. We were former partners in the crime. And she behaved as if she didn't know me. I behaved as if I didn't know her.
Oh my God.
So after she escorted my uncle to the car, she came back. I said, please don't tell him. I said, I will not tell him, but I will not come for the wedding.
But you will not come for the wedding?
And when I got back home, I prayed. I said, God, let it not work. Because I know my uncle will be destroyed. Because I know who Rose is. Yeah. Now, what if she was a good girl? I will tell my uncle, she's good. People are watching. And men, after a young man has slept with a girl, he discusses with his friends.
Sure.
So everybody knows that this is the street harlot.
My goodness.
When she's passing, everybody says,
look at her.
So it's even more dangerous for the girl. Zip up, close your legs.
Close your legs. Oh girl, listen.
Close it. Close it. It's easier. If he really loves you, he will wait. He will wait if he really, really loves you.
This is my own tenet too. If a man loves a girl, he will not destroy her by premarital sex.
Yes, ma'am.
But a man that demands premarital sex is a wrecker.
One more thing that sexual immorality does is that it sponsors generational battles. Any habit that you don't conquer, your child will inherit it.
I think this is a very good place to rest it. So when you are saying your father was a polygamist and so you want to be, or your father did, you have inherited something you did not bargain for.
Any habit you don't control and deal with, your children will inherit it.
So you pass on the button of sexual immorality as a father.
Yes, ma'am.
You pass it to your son.
If you don't control it.
If you don't stop it.
And there are 2 or 3 ways to stop it. Number 1, avoid sexually prone environments.
Sexually prone environment, like hotels?
Human beings, friends.
Friends.
Avoid them. Especially someone you've had sexual contact with in the past. Avoid the person because he or she is a sexual hotspot.
Yeah, you want to go back.
The devil likes repetition.
Okay, Victor, this is getting too much. But this is a very good point to round it because this goes on and on. This generational inheritance of sexual immorality should be emphasized because the whole world is reeling with sexual immorality. In fact, nobody in the developed world, I don't know whether anybody can talk about sexual immorality now.
Campus.
Because sex is sex. Well, Victor, it's all scary. This is horrific. And we have to arrest it here. I think our viewers they've got enough to chew.
Thank you.
You are wonderful. You know, you are very credible. And you are to be taken seriously. Sexual immorality is evil and dangerous. Thank you, Victor.
Thank you.
Well, viewers, don't go away. It's still very hot. Stay tuned. You will hear more.